This video demonstrates my design to fold a ring from paper money. My design uses the characteristics of the graphic on the bill to locate the folds. It also includes two overlapping flaps that lock the bill in place. These flaps can be adjusted to make the ring smaller or larger to fit any finger size. I am using an oversized sheet of paper to show where the folds are positioned, and so you can more easily see the folds as they progress. We begin by folding the overlapping flaps. These are the lines that are parallel to the far edges on both sides of the paper. The position of this line is approximately 1/2 inch, but if your finger is smaller, it can be moved in a little bit. If it's larger, it can be moved out a little bit. One flap will be folded over towards the center. The other flap will be folded away from the center and is a mountain fold. When we bring these two flaps together, we form the lock for the ring. Once these folds are complete, crease sharply, then unfold. The next step is to use a graphic on the bill to locate a rectangle around the graphic. Typically, this graphic is the face that is on a bill, particularly on American bills. You may use other features if desired, but the graphic needs to be located somewhat towards the center. You'll notice that this is slightly off center, which is perfectly okay, as long as it doesn't fall on either the right third or the left third of the sheet. All these folds are mountain folds. For each of the folds, you will fold them and then unfold them. Fold them, then unfold them. Fold them, unfold, fold, and unfold. You notice that with this face, I've decided to go down slightly into the hairline of the picture. This creates somewhat of a better design. I've used the bottom of the beard as the bottom locator, and the edges of the hairline, approximately on both sides, is the other part of the frame. This should form a rectangle around the face. The next step is to fold a valley fold that is about 1/2 inch away from the design on each side. You may notice that the lines on this oversized sheet of paper have been numbered. This is so that you can see the sequence of folds, which is now becomes important. You want to fold the outside lines first, then fold over the top and bottom line, framing the face. Finally, fold the valley and mountain folds on each side. it now becomes clear how these lines of the rectangle frame the face. You notice that there are some certain areas around the face where there are a little bit of extra showing. We are going to take care of that in narrowing the ring. Fold down each of the corners at about a 45-degree angle. Unfold all these and reverse fold on the existing lines so that the fold goes into the sheet of paper or into the dollar bill if you're working with a dollar bill, or a $10 bill if you're working with a $10 bill. At this point, you may like to work a little bit with the face to round off characteristics or show more or less of the paper as desired. Turn the sheet over to the back to complete all the folds. Here you bring the edge down, noting where the triangular fold has been made, and crease sharply across the paper. Repeat on the other side. Repeat on the bottom. Repeat on the other side. Turn the ring over, and you are close to being finished. Now, if you do not need the ring to lock securely, you can simply loop it around and place the two ends together like that, and your ring would be formed. If you want a more secure ring, you will use the following procedure. If you want a more complete ring, you would use the following procedure. Open the paper up completely. Fold back the two flaps on both sides. Loop the paper round and join the two flaps. Completing folds 1 and 2. Next, you're going to fold the top line and the bottom line in. Usually the top line is a little bit shorter because in many bills the face is closer to the top. So I would start with that first. Fold over and edge near where you have joined them and work your way around the sheet of paper, folding very carefully into the center. You will find with smaller sheets of paper like a bill that this is can be a little bit tricky. Once you get that completed, turn the paper to the other side, holding smartly where the crease overlapping flaps have been folded, and repeat the process on the bottom. Try to flatten the inside of the paper as much as possible. You may have little crinkles in the inside. Try to smooth them out as much as you can. Next, refold the overlapping flaps on each side of the face. Hold one edge, the top or the bottom of whichever you choose to work with, securely while you refold the 45-degree angles. Notice that this is inserted in, and then push down along the line all the way around, inserting the flap inside. At this point, you may want to smooth out that inside fold as much as possible. Once you have that completed, turn it around and work on the other side. Once again, insert the little corner first on each side. Hold the paper securely and push the flaps down into the paper. At this point, you may want to make minor adjustments in the face, rounding the face off slightly. Remember, you do not have to work with the face. You can work with other graphics on the dollar bill as long as they are somewhat near the center of the bill. You can work with dollar bills, $10 bills, $20 bills, $50 bills, foreign currency that have pictures on them, whatever you would like, and the procedure will work fairly well with a variety of different types of graphics.